Easter Sunday 2024. When I was in high school, The Passion of the Christ came out in theaters. And I thought to myself, if I just watched that movie,
Stop.
I might actually make it into heaven. But to my own surprise, I never did. 20 years later, I find The Passion of the Christ available on a free streaming service. And consider I hate watching 2 hours of Christianity-themed torture porn.
Oh my god.
The way my college roommate used to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Then I remember an image I saved on my computer some years back. The result of a bored Best Buy employee transplanting promotional stickers from unrelated DVD cases onto Mel Gibson's 127-minute rated R dramatization of Jesus Christ's final hours before the crucifixion. Picture it now. A bloody-faced Jesus with a crown of thorns on his head in profile at center. Title text beneath. On the top right, a rounded white rectangle containing the $9.77 price tag and barcode. And as seen on TV sticker at 12 o'clock. To its left, great value, in a green on white circle. Under Jesus' nose, a yellow rectangle, black all caps text stated, loaded with added value, adult content. Immediately below that, includes 2 terrifying alternate endings. Below the price tag, relive the laughs, and deleted scenes and bloopers. and under these, a dark purple square indicating that the purchase of this movie includes early access to Resident Evil 6. Under the Christ of the title, another sticker boasts, experience the shocking terror that will haunt you forever. And opposite that, one in red stating, a warrior on Earth becomes a hero on Mars.
That's the Mormon version.
I rediscovered this and other images I saved on my computer over the years in a folder I titled Sacrilegious. Some are memes, like the one of Jesus putting his hand on the shoulder of a physician performing open surgery. And the text reads, why are you removing that tumor I put in there? And the one of Jesus knocking on the door and saying, let me in. And the person behind the door asks, why? Jesus says, so I can save you. From what, they ask. From what I'm going to do to you if you don't let me in. And there's a few starter packs with titles like The Childhood That You Didn't Have, and Things Your Church Insisted Were Satanic But Were Just Cringe at Worst. There's also posts that look like satire but aren't, like an ad from Our Portion Ministries that reads, Satan doesn't whisper, believe in me. He whispers, believe in yourself. And then there's images I dredged up from my 16 years of non-negotiable private Christian education. Like that screenshot from my old Bible class textbook that states, failure to communicate and discharge the gospel to the unreached teen will mean for him death and damnation. And for the failing Christian, remorse and regret for lost opportunity. And every time I see it, I remember crying on the ride back from Master Camp in 6th grade because I didn't try converting Monique, my group's camp counselor, to Christianity. And by the time I look through all that, I realize there are many movies I'll never watch. But The Passion of the Christ is the only one I'll never watch specifically because I want to never watch it. I mean, aside from The Human Centipede. Unless it's a special collector's edition, containing deleted scenes and bloopers, not so early access to Resident Evil 6, and 2 terrifying alternate endings, where Jesus doesn't get crucified. These alternate endings are terrifying because this Jesus from the undeleted scenes is not my granny's Jesus, not your youth pastor's Jesus. No, this is added value Jesus. And added value Jesus doesn't allow himself to get captured because the script tells him he's helpless. Added value Jesus doesn't give up his freedom, health, and happiness just because his dad told him he was put on this earth to suffer, and in so doing, prove that dad did nothing wrong. Added value Jesus drops the cross. Added value Jesus flips some tables. Added value Jesus pours out a bowl of Old Testament beatdown on all the haters. Because in one of those undeleted scenes reveals that in those chapters he said to love your enemies, respond to robbery by giving the thieves even more of your stuff, and let them hurt you over and over again. That was actually the dastardly plot of evil goatee-sporting doppelganger Jesus, which makes so much more sense. So in the climax of The Passion of the Christ's alternate endings, added value Jesus summons fire from heaven upon his Roman captors, summons 2 bears in attack mode on his Pharisee tormentors, and crushes evil doppelganger Jesus and Judas Iscariot under the wheels of his flaming chariots. After this, added value Jesus speaks unto his disciples, saying, I must go now. The red planet needs me. Refuses to elaborate further, and blast off into the sky.